Welcome back to another episode of the Bouncing Potatoes podcast. I am your host today. My name's Osandha. With me, I have
Ethan.
Jordan.
All right. Well, that's right, folks. Welcome back, Jordan. He is back on our podcast today, unexpectedly for both him, me, and then not really Ethan. Ethan kind of had faith that he was going to be on the entire time. So let's go ahead and start off with daylight savings ended. All right. Once again, daylight savings has ended for 48 states. I believe Hawaii and Arizona are the outliers, the lucky mofos. So that means that the time went back. So sunset in California, at least, is now going to be 5 o'clock. Now, Jordan, do you like daylight savings? Do you like that the time switches? Or would you rather just have a consistent time year-round?
I would probably prefer no changes. I don't see the point in my life, at least. Of course, there's things I'm not thinking about. I don't know the reasons, so I prefer to not change. I'd like more sunlight. I mean, more sunlight, a later sunset, and a later sunrise too, because I don't want to get woken up by the sun in the morning too early.
So then, technically, you want daylight savings time year-round, then?
I want them to push the day forward. I want the hour to be later. I want it to be
year-round.
Yeah, just
so then
late.
you want daylight savings year-round. So
yeah. So wake like the sun come up at 8 and then go down at 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
That makes sense. What about you, Ethan?
Yeah. Come on. I want it to be year-round, okay? Because I don't like when it gets dark so early.
Yeah.
Well, surprisingly, all three of us are on the same page. Because I also...
Bored, but I don't know where it is.
I don't think anybody likes it getting dark so fast.
Well,
there are
my
people.
dad loves it. He loves when it gets dark earlier.
If you go to sleep earlier, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess so. But he's like, I'm like, ew, why? But now he works at, I guess, starts work at 5 in the morning at his home. He likes it'll be sunny at the time. But I'm like, ew, but he liked it before that too. Like,
yeah.
I will say the benefit is that, because the thing is that a lot of sleep experts say that early sunrise, so when you're exposed to sunlight in the very beginning of the day, when you first wake up, that's the best for your circadian rhythm and your melatonin production and everything like that. That sets you off on a right track and everything. So that's why for people who do wake up so early, I'll wake up 5:30, I'm going to see that sunrise. I'm going to see that sun, when I wake up, and that'll be good for me and everything. And also, in theory, it's going to be less unsafe for morning drivers now because they are going to be driving when there is sun out. So, I do see the benefit, but the whole reason that daylight savings even happened in the first place was because, one, saving electricity and all that, and also, two, because we used to be an agricultural society.
Yeah,
so then this... It was for the farmers. So that's why daylight savings was big and everything. But at this point, I would rather just either I don't even care at this point which one we keep year round. I would rather have daylight savings time year round. But as long as we just keep one of them year round and we stop this whole nonsense of going forward, it's BS, bro. It's so annoying and it's actually very unsafe.
Especially now because I have friends, we have friends in Arizona, so now we talk to them or call them, I always on this time forget that they're an hour ahead. And I'm like, oh wait, I forgot you're an hour ahead. The only benefit I see, at least for me, when it's getting dark earlier is out here when it gets when we still have those random hot days, I'm like, ooh, at least at 5 o'clock it's getting dark, so at least it'll be cooler outside. But that's very minor. It's usually cold, but wouldn't sometimes it's the 90s, so at least know by 5 o'clock, at least the sun will be down. But yeah, I'd rather have it year round.
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just stupid to me.
Not just us, but I think that bill for the California will pass 73%.
Yeah,
seems 73% of people
it
want.
just died once it went to the president, I believe.
Yes, because
Yeah.
presidents are old and they like to get up early, so.
Okay, so there's that one. So
Yeah.
that's
But
daylight
then there's
savings.
the state one and there's the federal one. So, like, did both of them die or just
The
the federal
federal
one?
one died. Yeah, the
Okay,
federal
but
one,
what
I
about
believe.
what about the I'm talking about the California one that we voted.
Well, the thing is, the
That has to go
California
through,
one.
that has to
Yep.
go through Congress, but like,
Yeah.
so that's going to die, or is it still waiting to go through Congress?
I think that one is. I don't know honestly, but it just doesn't. It doesn't even matter because the federal one didn't pass, and the federal one. The crazy thing was that's a bipartisan bill too. It's not even like a. It's not a Republican Democratic thing either. It's like a legit. Both parties, for once, actually agreeing on something, and for whatever reason, it's still not going through. It's called the Sunshine Bill or the Sunshine
Yeah,
Act.
that one.
Yeah, and it's pathetic, honestly. Like the one time these people agree on something and you're really just not even gonna consider it.
Yeah,
They're
that's
all old. Is that why? Is that what you say?
no, I think they all agreed to they all agreed to eliminate it, right?
No, yeah, no, they want to
Yeah,
keep
but
it
then
year round.
yeah,
They want to keep it
yeah.
year round.
He said that, but the president was the one that vetoed it. Was it
They
He
was
want.
more expensive?
it just died.
Depends.
Like I
Yeah.
forget if it died in the Senate or the House, but I just know like the president wasn't a fan of it, and it didn't go through.
See, that's why we don't need old men as president. Gee,
I'll double check on that and then fact check myself for next podcast. But I believe that's the case. So again, I just I would rather we keep one of them year round. I don't even care at this point which one. Um.
I
So
just wish.
next, go for it, Jordan. Sorry.
Oh no, it was just. I guess since I'm in Seattle and things are dark, becomes dark really fast in the winter.
yeah. What
It
time does it
seems
get
like.
dark?
I mean, well, at the solstice it's 4:30, but then it's like 5 or 6. But everybody stops doing things when it's nighttime, or they're less likely to want to go out and do stuff. And
Really?
yeah, but, everybody's it's dark or cloudy. Everyone's they
Also,
say they're
because
depressed.
then
So it would be
well,
nice to at least. It's like it's already dark. It gets dark early enough. Why make it even earlier? And then I don't know. It just obviously it's different depending on the place you're at, but just in general, unless it's getting dark at like 11, that's pretty late, I guess. But then you
That's
know,
fire! I freaking love
yeah,
that.
you're
most
lucky
people
to
go to
have that in
sleep
the
earlier than that. I
summertime.
think.
Okay, you get dark at 10 p.m. in summer. You're lucky.
Yeah, 9 o'clock would be like a reasonable time. If that would be if we can just get it close to that or something. 10, 11, that'd be fine by me. But
Now, but keep in mind, Jordan, that whether we eliminate it or not, that won't happen in the wintertime by you.
yeah,
Either
yeah, yeah.
way.
Just less than this is better than 4:30.
Oh, yeah, it
5:30
is.
is decent.
That's everyone doesn't want to come out of that house. Oh, Seattle depression. Hashtag Seattle depression.
Yeah, I don't get that, but I just but I get bummed because other people get bummed because they don't want to do stuff when it's dark out. That's why I get sad from the clouds.
See, that's unexpected. I would expect 20-year-olds to not care about it
I don't
being
know.
dark out and still like want to do like the
I
like. What's
I,
the city
I
that
would
never
have thought.
sleeps?
New
I
York?
would have thought
New
so.
York.
That's what
What New
called
York
it.
is? Yeah, Seattle is
Yes.
sleepy Seattle. That's what we.
Do you
But
guys like? It's
Sleepy
dark out.
Seattle and sleepy Joe Biden.
It's dark out. So do you not have like lights going
Yeah,
on and stuff?
that's what I was like. I would just go out
Osandha,
anyway,
they
even
have
if
lights. It's a
there's a
city.
park. You can go walk in the park. You can turn your flashlight on if it's too dark for you or something. I don't know. It's not
That's so
dangerous.
weird.
It's
That's
not.
actually super weird to me, honestly. Like I'm not even a nightlife kind of dude, but I don't really care if it's dark out. As long as there's lights going on, then it's like okay, that's not a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just a lot of activities that people would normally do, like go to the park or
Now, how about on
uh,
the weekend?
I don't know,
Do they
anything,
still
any
don't do
activity,
anything?
outdoor activity. What?
On the weekend, they still don't do anything when it's like dark early? Or
Well,
is it
people will
a
do
little
stuff. It's
more
just like I guess a lot of there's some daytime activities, but there's also just like going to hang out and stuff. I don't know. It's like people's mood just People just want to stay inside. They don't want to go out as
Mm.
much. I don't know how to describe it.
That's
Yeah,
honestly
that
like that
makes sense.
actually
My
that's
mom's
crazy.
like that.
That's been my experience. I'm sure that's not necessarily everybody, but yeah,
Yeah,
it
no,
just feels
no,
like
yeah, people are like that over here too. In fact, my girlfriend says uh, she used to get that all the time when it gets dark earlier, and in school she'd always get very sad.
yeah, people don't want to go out. That yeah. So I
And
don't
my
know.
mom gets very sad around this time because it's like so dark. And I totally get it. I'm like, oh, it's so dark.
Let's give Ethan a round of applause for finally saying girlfriend instead of the name. All right, now I don't need to edit that out. Thank you.
Okay.
Jeez, Jesus Christ. Oh, golly. Um, I get it. Like I would say though, like when I went to Glendale with my ex and it was like nighttime and everything, I kind of like was energized.
I
It
think it could be
didn't, yeah,
fun. The lights
it
are beautiful. You
Yeah, the
know.
yeah,
lights are nice.
yeah. So
That's why I
it
like. I
didn't
do
really
like
bug.
when it's dark early and the Christmas lights are up.
Oh yeah, that's definitely really good.
I will admit though I get saddened by early sunsets, definitely without a doubt. So
Yeah. See, there
to
you go.
Especially when you can't take a picture of them when you're driving.
exactly,
Hmm.
or on the roof because I've been enjoying rooftop sunsets recently.
Yeah,
Now I'm
those
not
have
going to be able
been
to.
quite nice now. Those pictures you put.
Thank you, thank you. So to fact check myself on this, the Sunshine Protection Act is
Hmm.
what Senator Marco Rubio was trying to pass.
Hmm.
The U.S. Senate unanimously approved the bill,
Hmm.
but it has not been passed by the U.S. House of Representatives yet, nor has it been signed by law by President Joe Biden. It is being, quote, held at the desk of the U.S. House of Representatives. So,
Mm.
no idea. So, again, one more time, if you guys want to check that out, it is the Sunshine Protection Act, Marco Rubio. It's been passed by the Senate unanimously, which is kind of
Mm.
wild, but it hasn't gone past
Right.
the House of Representatives.
Mm.
Just to
So
fact check
stuff
myself
is
on that.
still kicking around somewhere.
So that's daylight savings. Next up, let's get into Jordan. How was your week?
How was my week? What did I do this week? Yesterday, just hung out with a couple people. We just walked around like the park and then the pier because I live right by the water in Seattle. I live right next to the Space Needle also. So it's a nice view. It's a nice walk. Guess it was very rainy yesterday.
Do you need to
Um,
worry about mosquitoes?
Sometimes, but in the summer when it's not raining and cold, but not that much. I mean, compared to most other places, not much.
Hmm.
Thankfully, it's getting
Okay.
worse though. I think because of global warming. But yeah, I just walked around. I went over. There's somebody else who lives in my building. I went to hang out with them. He was doing sports betting on
Ooh.
like two NBA games at the same time and
Lucky,
NFL,
lucky.
and then we watched a UFC fight, and it was the most frustrating game for him because it was just the guy getting wrestled to the ground every time for 15 minutes or like 20 minutes straight of just them like basically just sitting on the ground in like a wrestling position, not really moving and just holding each other. It was like yeah, it was very boring for him. But anyway, uh, did that. What did I do for the rest of this week? Where did I go? I went down to Christian's place uh, and to try and get his. What was I trying to? I can't even remember why I went down there. But I was trying to get his stuff, and then just I was going to use his car, but his car broke. For some reason, the steering wheel wouldn't turn, and the
That's
brake wouldn't
dangerous.
push, and the shift wouldn't move at all. It
Is
wouldn't
it
go
time
down
for a new one?
sideways, and it wouldn't. What was the other? What was the other one? The key wouldn't turn. The ignition would technically turn.
Yes, I think it might be time for you. Did
Yeah,
you
but
just?
this just happened all at once. It was perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, all of this happened.
Basically, just describing all the basic functions the car needs in order to work, and they just not.
I, I swear, we've had this car that never. I think I don't know.
I've been waiting for that time to happen because it's an old.
The steering wheel won't work. The gas pedal's not working. The key won't go in.
Yep. Yeah, but it's
Oh, but
it's less like that.
Because
It's less
honestly,
like
though,
it.
that
It,
becomes very expensive to fix. Almost
it,
more
it
cost
it
than
feels
the
like
worth of the car itself.
yeah, but it feels like it was like something for some reason things just got locked. I don't know what it was because also I don't know what was going on. Doing
Oh, like
something.
you thought maybe you like pressed something in the car
I
and
don't.
maybe it
Yeah, he might
locked
have done
it.
something to it. I don't. Yeah, because he was there. Yeah, so I don't know. I have no idea. But
Man, I don't know.
we
Yeah,
tried to get that.
I'm trying to think. I wonder what I don't know button you can or some. How could you even
I have
do
no
that?
idea what's
Lock
wrong,
it.
and the people didn't know. We called AAA. They
Maybe
didn't know.
press the emergency. Maybe you
Yeah,
press
I tried every button I could
SOS
find.
thing and it locked everything. I don't.
Yeah, I found buttons I never even used on there. Like you can move the steering wheel up and down. Like there's a lever that lets you move the steering wheel up and. Oh yeah,
Gosh, I'm curious.
15 years.
And after this, I'll have to look into this. I'm like, how do you lock them?
Yeah, I think it is locked though. It feels like it's locked. Doesn't feel like it's broken. I don't know. But that's something a topic to complain about was how hard it was to get the uh I mean just how hard it was to get the thing fixed. Like you have to get well, I mean we didn't have our AAA insurance and we were trying to get it renewed, but there's like a 48-hour period where you have to if you pay for it, you have to wait 2 days before you can actually use it. So I couldn't get a tow and a person has to be present with AAA insurance. You can't have somebody else like give you use theirs, or you can't switch accounts. Switch to another person's account, like another person's AAA account. Yeah, so it was like I don't know, we were just trying to get the thing towed into a repair shop, but it was hard because we didn't have the insurance, and it's like hundreds of dollars. Um, and and then of course there's like a locksmith, but I don't even know if a locksmith could fix the problem, so we don't even know. So we just had to try to tow it, but I just ended up going home because we had to wait because for 48 hours for the insurance again. Anyway, that was an
Very
ordeal.
frustrating.
Yeah, and the Ubers, and so I'm using Uber. I went
Well,
down to
you
his
said it's
place with Uber.
expensive to do
It's
that.
getting more expensive. It's almost 3 times more expensive than it was when I first got here. Cause yeah, so I'll have to buy a car soon because it's too much to Uber. It was cheaper before.
I thought
Mm-hmm.
you had a car.
No,
No, they shared the
Christian
one.
has the car, and yeah, he uses it. I mean, he bought it from our parents, but
Oh.
I mean, I ride with him.
What you can do is you can get a nice credit card where you start
Oh,
to get cash.
goodness.
Here we go, going
You
$50,000 in debt.
no. You get cash back on your Ubers, and also with this special credit card, you actually get complimentary Uber One, which does save you 5% on all Uber rides. So I would
How
highly
much
Yeah,
encourage
cash?
you
What percent cash back of some?
10% until November 2024.
Pretty good.
Yup, yup.
that's decent, but still, it's still getting up there. It's still getting the prices are just hiking up. I mean,
But it's just a short-term fix until you do
yeah,
get that car.
and these
Well,
credit cards are crazy. Credit card
well,
for airlines, credit card for whatever, any specific
Yeah,
company
there's
you
credit
want, they
cards
give you a
for
credit card.
anything. Hotel.
Yeah. Oh my god. Really won't.
so once Jordan's done with his day, I will go into my spiel about credit cards when I'm ready.
Yeah, that's too much. So much to manage, though. I'm worried about. I'm gonna miss one of the payments. It's just gonna
Oh yeah,
stack
no, I
up and
only have
destroy my
3.
credit. You only have 3.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
know I
can only
can see
keep
them
track of
all.
some.
I can see all their balances on one app, so I know
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's like
That's very good.
subscriptions. You always forget eventually, and that's when they get you on that.
Well, that's why you have apps to manage that. There's
Yeah,
Rocket Money.
if you get like alerts that hey, you need to pay this. But even then, it's just the more you have, the more higher the
And
risk.
I memorized each day of the month they're due. So when I
Yeah,
coming up, I always double check.
with 3 that's manageable. But if you have like
Yeah, if
13,
there's
that's gonna be
there's
hard.
like 30, yeah, 10.
You're gonna eventually you'll forget.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, all right. If we're gonna get into this right now, so yesterday I did like 4 hours of credit card research because I am up. It's finally time for me to get a new credit card because I've almost finished paying off my second credit card that I had.
That's what you do. You get a new one when you finish paying off that loan.
Yes, because I need to start credit card churning. My goal is to get 1,000,000 points in either Amex, Chase, or Capital One. So
Oh.
that's my goal. Because
Mm.
worst case scenario, in case shit does hit the fan, you can always cash back those 1 million points for like $10,000 plus. Like it's like an emergency thing. But what I want to do is I want to travel. Well, okay, I don't really want to travel. I actually hate traveling, but I feel like I should travel because traveling will open up my mind and blah 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 blah. Also,
Yeah.
I know that if I do get a girlfriend, I'm sure that I would like to travel with her, um, and then kind of explore the world together, yada yada yada, fucking mother in multiple countries, etc. Um, but the but
Beautiful.
but I want to travel for free, basically. So that's why I'm interested in these credit cards and why I've been doing the research. I'm between like three credit cards at this point.
Mhm.
Chase Freedom Unlimited, which Ethan
Mhm.
has sent me a referral link for. However, the issue with Ethan's referral link is that the sign up bonus is not that nice. So if Ethan sends a new referral link that has the sign up bonus that I'm looking for, then I might sign up with his bonus.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
with his link. Sorry. Number two would be Capital One Saver Card, which is what I was telling Jordan about because it does get 10% back on Ubers and Uber Eats as well. So that is pretty big. Um, I feel like Jordan wants to say something. He keeps moving his lips, but
No, well,
oh,
no, I've just dry lips, and then yeah, I'm just listening.
oh, okay, all right. So then, with Capital One, and then the third one, and this one is something that I don't really want
Mhm.
to do, but I currently have an Amex credit card, and Amex has sent me a targeted offer of 150,000 points if I spend $6,000 in 6 months on the card.
Oh my god, Osandha, that's your bathtub.
That's true. The thing with this Amex card is though, so number one, 150,000 points is actually a lot. I could get a first class ticket to Japan with that point, with those points alone, which is kind of huge. But the issue is that the card has an annual fee of $695, and
Yeah,
you have to
Osandha,
pay that.
that's insane.
You have to pay that up front. So that's why it's like a luxury Amex travel card. It's usually what people get at the end of their credit card journey. So a lot of these credit card people, they have like 20 cards, and I don't think I could ever go that high. I'm gonna stick to like 5 to 7, um, because I can keep track of 5 to 7. 20 is insanely high, but at the same time, that's what they do. That's how they get these million points by getting all these cards, getting all these bonuses, and everything like that. And these people are crazy, guys. Like they get a card, they downgrade that card, and then a couple years later, they get that original card again for the sign up bonus, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. It's an interesting game that they play, and also for those of you who are like, oh, but the taxes and everything like that, credit card bonuses and stuff, you don't pay taxes on. So credit card trading is tax free money. Just keep that in mind because it's technically a rebate because you're actually spending money to get these bonuses. Um, so it's quite fascinating. Like I said, I went down a rabbit hole yesterday, uh, and but it's really interesting to me. But obviously, the catch with this is you don't want to get into credit card debt, which is obviously a big reason that some people don't do this because of the high potential for credit card debt. And I get that, but I'm at a point now where I saved like $1,500 a month for the past 6 months, so I'm okay. I don't think I'm gonna fall under that trap again, unless I get a girlfriend, which won't be happening anytime soon anyway. Um,
Or you could have a girlfriend and not spend that
I
money.
know. Like, what? Why you the girlfriend?
Girlfriends are
That,
expensive. Girlfriends are expensive.
You don't have to do it.
Um,
Depends how you
so
set up the relationship.
well, I know, but like I just have this tendency to spoil the girl, so it's so that's the struggle that I have with that. So
but
that's credit cards. Again, that's something for my YouTube channel, which is going to be called Osandha underscore because Osandha was already taken, so I had to add the underscore. Unfortunately, so that's a little shameless plug. But besides that, I had a decent week. I started therapy for the first time. It was only $10, so I'm extremely blessed and extremely lucky to do therapy for only $10, and it was way better than I expected. I had low hopes, low expectations, but she actually met them very well. So I have another session on Wednesday. Um, I started journaling. I journaled 6 days. Well, today I'll journal again, but I'm trying to journal 6 days a week because writing your thoughts out on paper really does help you a lot. I reached a turning point with the breakup. It took 6 months, but I finally moved on to the next page. So I'm excited about that. My mental state is a lot better. Um, but besides that, yeah, I'm working on building a routine for the next couple months. Really got to focus on jujitsu, the gym, journaling, school. I mean, work, blah 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 blah. Anything else from my week? No. Oh, and then the credit card. Oh, also, update on the credit card. Also, the thing is that since I don't spend that much money right now, what I've decided is that I'm going to add my parents to the card, give them either their own card under my account, or just give them my card so that they can spend their groceries and stuff using my card. So then that way, I'm not even spending the money technically because my dad's gonna transfer the money to me every week that they spend. So, like, let's say they buy $400 of groceries in 1 week. They do that on my card. He transfers the money to me anyway. I still get those points, and I'm not spending anything. So,
No, that's what I did with the when I got the Chase Sapphire card. I had to spend I think a certain amount to get like 4 or 6,000 points
4,000, yeah.
back. And I went. I was at Robert Frost Middle School, yes, and we'd always get a Starbucks. And I'm like, wait, let me put on my card, and then you just transfer the money. So every week, like almost every other day, all the Starbucks would be on my credit card, and they just transfer the money. And I'm like, oh, I got it.
Smart. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way of doing it. Obviously, I'm lucky
And
and
plus, then you
blessed.
get the actual cash back. Like not the big bonus, but just the daily cash back from the first. So you like make a lot more money in cash back plus the bonus when you add them all up. It's a lot of money.
Yep, that's the thing. So the thing with credit cards is that points or cash back, when you transfer those over to travel partners, that's when you get the most bang for your buck. Obviously, you could be one of those people who just has credit cards and they get cash back. Obviously, go ahead and do that if that's your goal. But for me, although I hate the idea of traveling because I love sleeping in my own bed and I hate hotels and yada yada yada, at the end of the day, I know that traveling will probably open my mind and blah 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 blah. So I kind of have to get over that fear, and that's why I'm looking to travel though for free. Because if I'm traveling for free, I'm gonna hate it way less. Because anything that's free is automatically gonna be better. You know, a milkshake that's for free tastes better. So that's why I'm emphasizing these travel rewards and everything like that, just so I can open my mind. Ethan,
Cool.
how was your week?
Good luck.
My week was
Thank you.
pretty good. Not much happened. Although, boy, I like whatchamacallit. I like the little preview into your YouTube channel. I feel like we just watched 2 of your videos just right.
Thank you.
But let's see. What do? What I do? I just worked this week.
Amazing. That's a shock.
And my boss had a couple days. Well, she went home early. Then she had a couple. No, she had a couple days off last week, but she went home early this week. And yeah, this was pretty relaxing. It's a pretty relaxing non-week week. You know what I'm talking
You
about?
just did something yesterday.
What I do?
You were with your girlfriend at, I don't know, Dave and Buster's maybe, because you guys were playing.
That's right. Oh my gosh, yes, we were at Dave & Buster's. We played Monopoly, and yes, she sent you that thing, that picture.
Ooh,
She never tell you the response. She didn't tell me the response. What'd you tell her? What'd you say?
I just said I hope you guys win.
Oh, that's not fun. We thought you were saying something. We thought you'd do something better than that.
What do you mean? I mean, it was just a picture of you guys playing Monopoly. I mean, obviously you guys are addicts. I hope you didn't spend all your money on Monopoly, which is a game you literally play on your phone when you could have played all the other games. I didn't want to be negative. Did you want me to be negative? I could easily have been negative. I was trying to be positive.
We were hoping you'd like, oh my gosh, like they're back at Monopoly. But yeah,
I wanted to be positive.
we got the boardwalk bonus and the Monopoly bonus and the bonus wheel.
Wait, how does this work? You play at Dave & Buster's, you pay money to play Monopoly?
Well, yeah, they have like a Monopoly arcade game. So it's just part of the arcade games.
Is it gambling?
Kind
No,
of.
well,
I
kind
mean,
of.
kind of. Yeah. Have you been to Dave and Buster's, Jordan? Because
Yes,
that
but
would.
I don't remember most of the games.
So it okay. So like, well, Dave and Buster's is kind of like the adult version of Chuck E. Cheese. So
Uh-huh.
anything, it's gambling because yeah, you spend money to get like credits to play these games. So it is
Mhm.
gambling. Um, but it's also like an arcade. You know, like if you
Fun
consider
gambling.
it's fun gambling. You know, and it's not like
Interactive gambling.
you've already lost all your money by by getting the credits in the first place.
Mhm.
So you're
Yeah.
not gonna lose any like money. Like it's not like the slot machine where your loss potential is infinite. That's
Yeah.
correct, right,
Yeah.
Ethan?
Yes. Now, the early versions of Dave and Buster's, when I went like over 10 years ago, they actually had little slot machines, but you do use your credit your card, but be like you go, then they go. So cool.
Chuck E.
Uh,
Cheese had slot machines when I was working there. So
what? Why didn't you
Oh
tell me
wow.
when it came up and played?
bro,
Dang it.
y'all didn't visit me at Chuck E. Cheese. It was actually kind of messed up. Like I was looking forward to y'all visiting me
You
one day,
never
and then I
told
was
me to come. Also, you
When?
said you're in you're the suit. So how am I supposed to visit you in this? I said I want to come see you in the suit, but you told me you would never tell me when you're in the suit.
I don't. Okay, all right, fine. Maybe I did say that.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe I did say that.
But if you told me that's some slot machines, I'd be there. No man. But
They had their own version of a slot machine. It wasn't like an actual slot machine, but I mean Chuck E. Cheese is very heavy on the gambling. It's actually kind of crazy, but I feel like a study needs to be done on kids who go to Chuck E. Cheese and like their possible gambling addictions because it's very heavy on the gambling when you really think about it.
well, yeah. I mean, all these arcades already because you want to go try to get the highest tickets. And you spending the amount of money to get these highest tickets. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
just
what
feel
I
like
love.
arcades are more of a skill based thing. Like
Well,
like
no, well,
That's what I
Pac-Man.
like.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, the arcade, like if you have like play arcade, like the racing game stuff, yeah. But if you're if you just go to the ticket, any of the ticket games are like gambling because you try to get the
yeah.
highest amount.
The
Yeah.
coin pusher, that's the funniest game
Go-
ever created.
I mean,
You
that's
put
my
coins in to
girlfriend's.
push other coins out.
Yeah,
That's like a that's like a
my,
pyramid scheme. That's like a
my
pyramid
girl,
scheme,
my
Loki.
Most
girlfriend.
absurd game ever created.
That's her favorite game. So we actually spend most of the time with Dave and Buster's at those two coin push games. She loves those things. And let me tell you something. I got at least 600 tickets from those things. But it was it is. I never understood it. And then I was like, oh wait, I get it now. And you do have to time it to where it goes zoo, and then if you get it when it pushes back, then it pushes all the coins out, and you're just raking in the money. It's
There you
great.
go. But it is low key like a pyramid scheme, bro.
It
Like
is.
Yeah.
it's a visual representation of a pyramid scheme, if
Yeah.
anything. That's actually kind of wild. What's your guys'
Well,
favorite
they
Chuck E.
are
Cheese game of all time?
there's
Or Dave and Buster's, or Dave and Buster's.
I don't know. I don't remember
okay.
the Chuck E. Cheese, and I don't know Dave and Buster's, but arcade games I could.
The one at Chuck E.
Favorite
Cheese,
arcade game?
one at Chuck E. Cheese. I'll never forget. They had this. I think they still have it, but it's like a little roller coaster simulator. You go and you go, and it's just a tiny little thing, but it's real life roller coasters, and it's just like a little simulator. And I thought that was the coolest thing. That was my favorite Chuck E. Cheese game. My favorite Dave and Buster's game, honestly, is a spin and win because I always most time get the 1,000 tickets on that one. And it's just big wheels, boom, try to get the 1,000 tickets.
There was the ball drop one. I thought that was cool. It's like a
Oh my god,
cylinder.
yes! Oh
You
yes,
drop it,
the
try and get it
ball
in the
drop with the
hole.
red ball. Oh yes, I
Yeah,
like
and
that
then
one. That's awesome. My favorite.
I can't remember. There's so many I can't even really. Oh man, yeah. I mean, there like there's one with the lights. There's always the one with the lights where you have to stop it right when the light is on top of the
I
jackpot.
hate those. I
That
hate
one's so
those.
deceptive. It never
Yeah,
actually.
that one I freaking hated. I think my favorite Chuck E. Cheese game was back when I was in elementary school. It was a firefighter simulator, and like it was really cool because you actually had the hose, and then you would like feel the vibration of the hose moving, and you'd have to like put out the fire. So that was actually one of my
Fun.
that was really fire. But they got rid of that, and by the time I started working there, they didn't have that anymore. So that was a little disappointing. Dave and Buster's, I think I've only been to like once or twice. Maybe Deal or No Deal is probably my favorite. I
Oh
will
my
never
god! Oh my
forget.
god! I've guessed the right case before.
I here's the
twice.
thing.
I
The
followed it and I got it.
the time we went,
Mhm,
it was one time we went for your birthday.
mhm,
I already knew like I was gonna go with 7 because seven's my favorite number. It's my lucky number, yada yada. But then my ex, when I let her choose, she chose 7, but it was on me because I should have told her to. I thought she would. I thought we were on the same page. I thought she knew that I wanted to keep 7 for the end. But then
mhm.
she chose 7, and 7 was the $1,000,000. So then, yep,
Oh,
I was a little sad, a little disappointed because I was like, my whole thing is I'm going for 7. I know that 7's going to be the million. But with Deal or No Deal, it's very easy to cheat. All you have to do is you just have to film it when they switch.
oh, yeah, but then they give you only like a minute to choose which case you want. So you have to really look at the film
Yeah, but
before
I
they
mean,
choose.
you just film it in slow motion. It's pretty simple, honestly. It's not that bad.
Or you can film in slow motion, but you still have like when it's done, you still have like a minute
It's
to choose the
it's a
case.
2-person setup, bro. You have the other
Oh,
person film it.
well,
Yeah,
see, this is
you
I'm talking about if you're by yourself.
you have a girlfriend. You have a girlfriend. Have her film. Then go.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But
So
you still have to really watch it.
this is also something I wanted to say. Ask you guys. Moving on to partially the deep questions, I guess. What is your favorite time or your most memorable experience cheating on an exam?
Well, I've never cheated on it. Well, actually, what depends? Does that count as open note? Is that cheating? But it's
No,
open note.
no,
Oh,
you
then I've
fucking
never.
nerd. What a lame nerd! Wow, wow.
I've never cheated. I've never. Oh, hmm. Okay. At home, I guess so. An at home test. Oh, it was really for the real estate exam. I just used the Quizlet and got all the
Uh,
answers.
uh,
That's
there you
my
go.
most daring example. I've never cheated on it in school, like in class things, though, unless it was open note and they actually
I
got
pride myself on my cheating, honestly.
Okay.
Do you want to say yours, Jordan, or have you
I
cheated?
haven't cheated on exams. Homework. Homework. I would like take having like if we had an answer. I would like take put one, but I never cheated on an exam like in
Osandha,
class.
why
Passed
do
the
you
notes.
pride yourself on your cheating?
Yeah.
I call it using my resources. So here I got so many, so I'm gonna say one right now. So it was marketing. It was the marketing final, and
Mhm.
I had a couple of acquaintances in the class, and so I was seated here. One of them was to my left. One of them was to my right. Excuse me. Both of them cheated off my final. And the
Hmm.
crazy part was there was another dude to this person's right who
Mhm.
also somehow managed to cheat off my final because he managed to cheat off the other person's cheating off me. So it was just like this web of cheating. And all 4 of them did well on the final thanks to me. Well, all 3 of them did well on the final thanks to me. And the craziest part about this story is there were different versions too. It wasn't like one consistent test. So there was different versions. So they were really good at cheating, obviously, because again, different versions. Um, but the reason why this story has a happy ending, at least for me, is because that dude who cheated off someone who cheated off me, he
Mhm.
was in another one of my classes, and I
Mhm.
helped him out with another final, like a insurance final, and it was
Mhm.
online and everything. And he was so grateful that he's like, bro, I don't know how to thank you. I'm like, because he knew I wanted some Jordans, so I was like, some money for some Jordans would be nice. And bro sent me $50. So so I thought that was pretty chill. Um, Definitely one of my better experiences cheating because I actually got. I mean, so here's the thing: I didn't cheat; they cheated off me, right?
Mhm.
Ethically, morally, blah blah blah. That's still wrong because I let them cheat off me. But get the fuck out of here! I'm not. I'm not gonna stop someone from cheating off me, unless it's like someone I absolutely hate, I guess. But I don't really care otherwise. Um, when I was with my ex, so we took a class together. She would be able to cheat off me like during history. Oh, but I think the best situation was when so I would go over to her house. She would take I would take the no, who took it? She
Yeah.
would answer the questions, but I would look the questions up. So it was a two-player setup. So I have very fond memories of cheating slash using my resources. Obviously, for my alcohol and drug class, Ethan knows. Jordan, I don't think you know, but I used Chat GPT to write my essays for me, and
Uh-huh.
I got perfect scores on my essays because all I did was I asked Chat GPT to write the essay, and then I added a little bit of personalized touch to it, and just like that. So
Just like
cheat.
that.
I will say this though for you guys, when it comes to cheating, both of these guys both make more money than me. So if let that be known, because maybe if I didn't cheat, I would make more than them. But cheating, in my eyes, is nothing wrong with it. Um, to an extent, obviously. But
Like, I get being forced when you're forced to do things. Like, you're forced to go to school. You didn't never
Mhm.
ask to be there. You never asked to take these tests and all this crap. So you're sick of it, and you just want to, get through it. Like, I get that when people cheat. So I get school that I understand completely.
I technically cheated at work too, because my boss was out for 2 days
Mhm.
and I had nothing to do. So I could have very easily just like chilled at work, played Monopoly, taken a nap. I mean, but
Mhm.
there's only so many naps that you can take, right? So then, and with Monopoly, you run out of rules too. So what I did was I actually asked the other guy, I was like, hey man, like, do you need me to do anything? And he said yes. And all he asked me to do was he asked me to do a PowerPoint slide for him, and
Mhm.
he had like these list of 12 categories, and he gave me a vision, like he wanted it to be like in a circle with like a
Mhm.
handshake in between, and then all the branches and everything like that in the circle around it. Long story short, here's what he did though, and this was kind of like, it wasn't his mistake, but he helped me out a lot by doing this. He sent me an example picture of what he wanted the slide to look like.
Mhm.
Once he sent me that example picture, I already knew, boom, I could cheat. So what I did was I Google reverse image searched the slide that he showed me. I found the actual website that the slide came from. I made an account, and then I downloaded the exact template that he sent me,
Mhm.
the picture of. I had to pay $49.99 for this, guys, but but I paid $49.99 for it, downloaded the template, customized it to be exactly how he wanted it. Then he showed me LAUSD's like colors and stuff like that, which by the way are mad stupid, all right? If your font is less than 17, you cannot use the color orange. It's
Weird.
so stupid. Why less than 17? What does that have to, like, oh 16, yeah, that's bad, but 18, you're in the sweet spot. It's so stupid, it's just so arbitrary, it's dumb anyway. So I made that slide, and he ended up showing his boss, who is the director of the entire program, and the slide was good. And then the next day, I hit up the customer service for the website and everything. I'm like, yeah, I had a horrible time with the website. It was very unuser friendly. Blah blah. It wasn't user friendly at all. Blah blah blah. Got that $49.99 refunded. So technically, that was cheating because I didn't make the slide myself. Right? I didn't, figure out how to do it on PowerPoint using shapes and everything like that. So I will say there's a time and place for cheating. That cheating saved me like 10 hours if I was to try making that on my own, because I don't know how to make that on my own. So that's all I'll say.
Okay. I
But
got one time.
I feel like that was just using your resources.
Yes, but that's also what cheating is, though.
Well, that could be anything else, fine, but you can say using your resources any.
Exactly. Like when you use AI to write an essay, that's technically using your resources. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also like it's
Well, that was
ethically
a little
wrong.
different, but yeah, I mean, if they say it's supposed to be from you, then and you don't, and like they're trying to evaluate you. But if it's a company and you're trying to produce a product,
Yeah,
however you do it, it's free property. You're not
yeah.
stealing anything, and
Mm. You're just
that's
gonna
not
give them
really
the
cheating. I
fastest
don't
way
know,
possible.
I will say
but
the unethical thing I did was I used the company. I used the company's slide and everything, but I still got the refund, acting like it was a bad time. So that was ethically wrong.
You're such a bad boy, Osandha.
I got one time when I did well on a test in community college. People in the class accused me of cheating. The teacher was like, "I heard some people said that you were cheating on people. It was just a super easy test. It was super easy. I got like a 96. I didn't even study. It was just like I don't know. It's
So
easy.
just because you did well, they just automatically accuse you of cheating? That's kind of
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
That's
It just
actually
Let's go.
I think they just
you're
couldn't.
way too laid back about that, Jordan. I
They
would have been
couldn't see
pissed.
me. No, I mean it was ridiculous. But I was like,
Let's
what are they
go.
going to accuse me if they aren't going to do anything about it? Then like they can't enforce it. They don't know. So, but I didn't know who it was either. So, but I'm just
Oh, okay,
So
all right.
someone
yeah.
did cheat? Oh
No,
no, you don't know. You don't know who's talking. Okay, gosh.
yeah,
You
yeah.
just heard. That's
But yeah, some people just can't see you. They can't comprehend that you just it was easy.
Do you feel like it was a racist thing, honestly, or do you think it was just like
It
it
could
was
have
just
been. I have no idea. But I think it was just a
oh,
jealousy. I
you
think it was
can't
jealousy.
read. How could you notice?
Yeah. Well, probably jealousy. Maybe it was racist. Like, oh, that black, he can't be smart. How could he be smart? He must have been cheating. That's definitely a possibility.
why was your accent a old black lady though when you were doing
What? I
that?
was
Why
just
did
talking. I was just
what,
talking. I don't
what is
know.
that? What is that internalized racism going on, Ethan?
What?
Ethan's accent was like an old black lady though. Like
Oh, I think you're talking about me.
no,
Oh.
no, no.
That's just what I envisioned doing it. I was trying out to sound like a white hillbilly, but it could go.
No. All right. That just reminds me of like the height of my high school academic career was when in AP chemistry, the teacher, Mr. Weber or whatever, he would put all the exams out on the table so everyone could literally see everyone's scores. And that was fire for me because the second semester I made I basically made a commitment to myself to get straight A's. And so that second semester, I was crushing it in that class, and a lot of the other kids who were like smarter and everything like that, because they had grown up together, done all their AP classes to get blah 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 blah, like that side of things. They all were like, "How's Osandha scoring so high on his test?" Osandha got another A. Osandha got like it was so nice because I hated them. I absolutely despise them because they were like they were on their high horse and I just wanted to knock them off it.
Yeah.
So that was definitely the height of my academic career. I ended up getting an A in that class, which was definitely the hardest class I've ever taken, arguably in my life. Because that was two periods. It was 0 period and then another period for AP chemistry. So yeah, that was not, and I didn't even cheat in that class either. That was like I just straight up like just focused and like I somehow got the material. I forgot it the next day after I took the test, obviously, but that's how that's how I did that class.
That's pretty dope.
Now let's see. Okay, moving on to the last current event of the day is going to be the list of places that women, the viral list of places that women do not want to go on their first date. So maybe what I can do is I'll just I'll leave a comment down below of all the list. I don't want to share my screen because it's gonna kind of mess up the situation. So it's just 28 places. So number one is Cheesecake Factory.
Oh,
I'll
I
just
saw
say
this
that.
video. I saw this TikTok about that cheesecake. That was a whole thing. But
Yeah,
she was a horrible. She was really just terrible.
I feel like it had to. I hope to dear God that was staged and like something for like them to get popularity, but I don't know actually either. She seemed like the worst human being. Like, oh yeah, my friends would be so like disgusted with me if they knew that I was at a cheesecake factory. Shut the fuck up,
That seemed
honestly.
legitimate. That seemed legitimate because some people, like believe that they're in the right and that they need to prove it by filming it and like, oh my god, how I was humiliated. I'm gonna get you back. I don't know.
That yeah, like you don't take someone who's dressed like me to
Yeah,
cheesecake factory.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Like honestly, like if you didn't want to go to cheesecake, like first off, Cheesecake Factory's not even that like
That's fine.
inexpensive. Yeah, like it's like a mid
Or
tier.
my
Yeah,
first date
yeah. Why do you
was
need to go more than a mid tier? Why, like, who cares?
Where Denny's. You see, Denny's. My first date. I know my first date was a movie. I don't remember where. I think we ate at Ruby's Tuesdays or whatever, the Ruby's Diner
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah. Now this is actually something that, like, kind of ignoring the list, honestly. But I mean, if you guys want to talk about the list, we can. Like, Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movie.
Almost all of them except the family function in your house.
Family function, I definitely get. Yeah, let's talk about something that's like kind of like reasonable. Something that requires a long drive. I totally understand that because it's like your first date. You know, you don't want to go on like a 2-hour drive. That's a little awkward. Your house, like either of your guys' houses, that's totally fair too. That's just a safety thing, right?
Yeah.
Totally. The family function, like Ethan said,
that's just like we.
a fast food chain. A fast food chain, I get that too. You know, it's a date. You know, fast food chain. That's understandable.
I also
That's understandable.
unless you guys are both Christians, I don't know about the church thing, like, or like super religious type.
Yeah. The church is, unless you got, obviously, like y'all meet at like Bible study or something. That you know, that's totally different. Like the rest of it, like IHOP,
like sports event. I mean, I think that's perfectly. I think that's fun.
I think that's also a time thing, though, right? Because like if you go to a sports event, that's gonna be like at least 2 hours, and let's say you're having a horrible time, you have to kind of like Also, a lot of
leave.
You can't though if
it's
you're in the same.
Awkward.
Yeah, if you're in the same car, it's hard. Plus the traffic to get back home.
Get up and leave, as in I had to go to the bathroom and they Uber.
That's kind of expensive though, too, bro. Like I get the sports event, especially So the sports event,
it's just a high investment, like.
Yeah. Also, because you know how guys get at sporting events too. Like you're not really having a conversation between you two at a sporting event. So
that's what happens at the dinner before.
It's like I'd say it's like a niche thing. It's a specific type of people that I'd say probably elevate.
Yeah, for sure. Like if you're like the social media rep for an NBA team, then obviously you probably might want to go. That sounds like a fun date.
No, you don't have to be like that. If you're two people who love the Lakers and boy, they're talking about
like. You would enjoy it anyway.
Let's go.
And
if the guy's wealthy and says, "I'll pay for your ticket," let's roll. Let's go.
Okay, fine. Here's what I'll say. I think that then yes, I get you, but it would have to be like box seats or something, bro. Like it couldn't be just like regular tickets. I feel like. But you know what? Maybe that goes back to me wanting to spoil my girlfriend.
Yeah, what the heck? I'm giving you really your fucking ticket, man. Yeah, sit there, you're gonna enjoy it.
Spoil her with your personality and your presence and yourself instead of box office.
I will try, Jordan. I will try. Nightclubs, I get that one. Hookah bar.
Look, I would never go to.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Like honestly, all of these are not that bad. Like they're actually fairly reasonable. Like Chipotle for a first date.
I just wouldn't go. Period.
I get a date. I mean, that's a decent first date place. I mean, everyone likes that stuff.
A bar for just drinks, though. It says a bar for just drinks.
What does that mean?
So, like, you go to a bar and then you just get drinks there. That's usually where you meet people. It's not necessarily where you go on a first date.
But the hookah bar, that's a nice first date spot. It's pretty relaxing. You sit there. I don't even do the hookah, but I sit there on the couch and have the music.
It's just cloudy. It's just full of the smoke, and it's just smell.
I'm not a hookah fan, so yeah.
If you don't mind it,
there's lots of outdoor hookah. I mean, outdoor table. That's a decent. I mean, because a lot of them also have at the restaurants, so they have like food. It's like going to dinner with a hookah attached to that. So I think that one's a decent. That's not a bad first date option for a lot of people who like that stuff.
So here's my question for you guys based on this list, right? Do you? This is an argument that I've had with my coworker before. Do you guys want to find a girl and grow with them? Or do you want to grow already on your own and then find a girl? Does that question make sense?
I'll do any of it.
It just depends on the person. And grow with them.
Yeah, it'd be nice to do the growth, but they have to have a certain, level of development already. Otherwise, you can't enjoy the relationship. Or if they have problems, if they have certain kinds of problems, like say someone's an alcoholic, you want them to be better. you want to help them grow. But if they get bad enough, then, and that's an extreme example, but there are a lot of examples like that of all kinds. So it just depends. Like growing, you're always going to grow together in a relationship. That should always be a part of it.
So, sorry, when I meant growth, I meant more so it's like you start from the bottom, almost like financially.
Financially,
Like you start with those type of dates, like where you go, like when I was first with my ex, like we would just eat at like the food court because that's all I could afford, right? So we went from food court to like the fancier dates and then stuff like that. So like that's kind of what I mean by growing. So like let's say you start at like Hand Express in a mall, and then you grow to like a steakhouse and yada yada. You know what I mean?
this
Like
is financially.
financially, yeah. Like would you rather grow with someone financially, or would you rather already establish yourself financially, be wealthy, and then find someone?
Grow.
I don't care. It depends on the person for me. I just don't. Yeah, I don't care. I want the right person for my situation, and then we'll figure it out from there. And I'm too flexible, too general to have an interesting answer. I don't know.
Ethan, you said you would rather grow with someone, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're gonna have a bit of a deeper connection if you both have to struggle together. You build more trust. You have more depth to your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But
see, that's how I viewed it.
What you call it? I still take him to a lower class place, even if I had a lot of money, just to start. You have to earn your way up to the fancy place.
I see.
Interesting. So even if you're like wealthy, like let's say making six figures,
yeah, I'm not going to take someone.
I mean, I agree with that.
He's like,
well, it depends. All of it depends.
Still like me after the poor restaurant or whatever. Then you don't like me for my money. You like me for me.
Yeah, and it's like there's other stuff. If it's like if you had a great, like if you got to know each other or something, and you enjoy the person's company, you could take them to a nice place, like as a kind gesture, and but it shouldn't be the expectation. It should be like something you do purely because you already have you just want to give them that, not because that's the expectation for the relationship. That's what.
So basically, what y'all saying is for the first date, you wouldn't take them to like Nobu or
not unless the person was like, unless we already had some kind of like really cool connection. Like I really like them for something. Like if it was someone who was like, I don't know, if they were like famous and I wanted to get their attention or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't really. Like I wouldn't see why. Yeah, I wouldn't do it to begin with.
Okay. That's I think that's gonna be the trick though. Like that's why modern dating might be so hard, because like I feel like some women do want that like fancy restaurant, obviously as seen by like this lady, like
yeah.
But the comments for the most part kind of roasted her for hating on the Cheesecake Factory. I personally just like I don't really like the Cheesecake Factory anymore, just in general, because like the cheesecake always messes up my stomach. So I would rather not go there. But like,
and why does it have to be food? I had lovely dates walking around a park. Oh.
Yeah, it truly just depends on the person. But like my question is really like, what is that first restaurant that you guys would choose? Give me just one restaurant that y'all would choose. Park. What did I say? It doesn't. The first restaurant date that you go.
I know, but walking around a park is even cheaper and poorer.
Yeah, I like walking around the park. I have a nice view by the water.
What if you walk around the beautiful lake and talk to the person, and sit there and enjoy, and bring a picnic?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Then you leave.
Wow,
You want one restaurant, so I would just say a sushi restaurant. I don't know all the names. I don't have a name off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know. I like sushi.
Sushi.
I don't like.
I don't know if I would.
P.F. Chang's. I like P.F. Chang's.
P.F. Chang's is cool.
Some like that.
Is P.F. Chang's a buffet? No, right?
No, you mean a buffet? No, it's not. It's not a buffet. It's just an Asian place that's not fancy, but not like McDonald's. It's like in the middle, like a.
Well, what do you think? I missed up.
Factory type. Osandha said that a buffet is a buffet.
You said buffet?
English is not my first language.
Okay.
A buffet. 26 years speaking English. No.
A buffet. My bad. A buffet. I think it's because like Phoebe Buffet. So that's why I got chipped up there. I would say for a first date, I like the sushi idea actually. Like maybe H2O would be cool. Or ramen. You know what? Ramen would be fire actually.
Yeah, like
Ramen.
ramen's a very,
Yeah.
very
I
good
love
middle,
ramen.
like a nice. It's
Yeah.
kind of like exotic, I guess. It has some kind of fancy appeal to it, but it's not that expensive.
Because the thing is, like, you go to a steakhouse, like a really fine dining steakhouse, for the first date, you've already set the bar here.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Like, how do you keep going? You've already hit here,
Yeah.
and then
That's
you kind
why,
of have to.
Osandha, if you go to a park, you set the bar here.
Right, but then you also don't want to set the bar so low that there's not another date, dog.
Yeah.
What is wrong with a nice, lovely stroll and picnic in the park?
Nothing.
Lunch
If
late.
absolutely nothing.
I think I think walking in the park is a great idea. And then if you want to get food afterwards, you can just do it.
you can do
And
that
then
afterwards.
and then you go wherever, and it's not about the place. Like the park was
Yeah.
the date, and wherever you go to Johnny Rockets or whatever, anywhere, and it's just like, oh, we're just getting food, but it's not the whole point. I like that idea. I like the park.
You guys are very romantic. Is what
I
I'm
do
learning.
because parks, long walks along the park around the water by the water is
Osandha,
very
you don't
romantic.
like that because you can't spend money, huh?
Yeah, you like the
No,
sport.
no. I do. I like it. I like the idea, but I just don't think it's realistic.
Why? I know a guy who just
So
got
what do
he
you
has a
think? You think
very strong relationship
Osandha,
with
you
his
watch
girlfriend.
too
He went
much
on the park.
TikTok? You think all these girls like these TikTok people? There's other
Yeah,
Maybe
people
not
who are
no,
not
people are
like
not
that.
everybody's like that. And people are just normal people. There are other like I've heard all kinds of stories of like all ranges, but I'm just not gonna do the Nobu stuff. Like it's just silly to me. I'm just not gonna do it. And
Yeah,
if people people are making a lot of money nowadays. So
Osandha,
women are making a lot. Why do we need to? Why do we like? It's the
look,
same. Ever you've heard it a million times. Why do you need to take
if
the
if
person
the
out
person likes you,
to this fancy place?
however the first date happens, if you on an app, if you're talking or what, if the person likes you, is genuinely interested in talking, meeting you, then I'm sure she'll go almost anywhere as long as you're just a nice person and
Yeah,
she's a.
and fun to talk
If
to,
you meet her
enjoyable.
and then you change and you're an asshole, no, okay, but
I mean, I
I'm
think it's essentially like the money is trying to replace the character. Like if
yeah.
you didn't enjoy the person enough, you need a nice place to compensate. Like that's basically what the money is. Like it's like an I don't trust you kind of thing. It's like you're expecting me to come on this date. You better give me something in return for taking this chance on you. But it's like I'm taking a chance on you too. I'm wasting my time and my money if I don't like you. So so why do I have to be the one to So, but it's like it's supposed to be part of a larger relationship. It's not supposed to be like it's about the connection. It's like building the connection is what matters, and however you get to do that, that's it doesn't matter how you do it. If you don't trust people and you feel like, oh man, you know what, I need this fanciness in order to enjoy my time and like this whatever, or like the chance that I don't, so I can say at least I got something out of it, then fine. But the point is just to connect with people. It's not.
You look really disappointed that you don't get to spend money now.
No. I mean, Jordan was cooking there, bro. Jordan was cooking.
Okay, well, thank you, man.
I guess I have a more jaded view on love. I don't know. I just feel like
Yes,
that
it's
women.
you and all the other people who respect the
Your
noble.
brain can't compute that you don't have to spoil the person. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that's well,
And also,
what it
the
is.
person can spoil you too.
Yes, that's I was gonna bring that up too.
No, my girlfriend.
That would take away your
I do lots of
masculinity.
things for her, but my girlfriend also buys gifts for my family on their birthdays, and comes and buys me things, and drives me places, and cares.
Whoever has the money.
It's not just one way. So,
That's what I'm saying.
If my girlfriend spoiled me, I would cry. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I would.
like tears of
See, that's having no
happiness or like
expectation.
tears of
Yeah,
embarrassment.
tears of happiness. No, what the
Okay.
fuck?
that's-
No.
I don't know. Maybe you thought, that's like you'd be like not your masculinity would be taken away.
Absolutely
so
not.
I'm not
Absolutely
thinking
not.
that would be you, but I'm just speaking in general. Like people,
No.
that's what a lot of people feel like. oh, I know, I need to be the guy who does the.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking. I was like, oh man, like, oh, I hope Osandha doesn't think his masculinity be taken away.
Nah,
I
bro.
don't even think I didn't think he would. I don't know. It's just, but it's just so important that like that. Well, crap. What was I saying? What was I saying? The that you. Well, I was talking about you because you were saying you're like, oh, I'd be upset if I'd cry. I'd be upset. I'd cry with
Yeah.
happiness if somebody. But it's like you should.
And see, that's a little
It's a
sad.
give it if you aren't used to getting things in a relationship and just giving a budget like getting like this much back that's not healthy. That's not healthy. That it's not fair. You can't you can't get accustomed to unfairness just because it's normal, just because it's happened a lot. Like it's still wrong, even if it's happened a lot.
I mean, Osandha, look, one day, randomly, my girlfriend came over to my house, randomly, and boy, she comes in her hand and some Oreos and $30 worth of lottery tickets were there. I'm like, oh, those are for me. Oh, it's like lost, but it was good. I definitely enjoyed it.
That's very cute. That's very cute. That's yeah. See that gesture would have led to me crying.
Oh, that's
yeah.
sad but happy at the same time.
Yeah, that definitely.
I know that you're. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it, Jordan.
I mean, I know that you're like. I'm not trying to get deep into it, but I know that you're like an only child and everything, and it's probably hard when you don't have anybody to look after you to like help you out with anything. So you're always on your own.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't, you always have to take care of yourself. And you know, my ex had a very similar thing because she was always on her own, and like if you gave her something, it would be like a huge thing for her. So I mean, I get that. If you,
I forgot you had an ex.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
You're still Facebook friends with her. How do you forget that he has an ex?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes I forget. I don't know.
Not just Facebook friends. I mean, I know what she's doing, but I forgot. Yeah. I forgot they're together. They're together.
Yeah, I mean, like I will say when we first started dating and everything like that, and like my ex started to buy me stuff, like it was such a wild concept because like I wasn't used to that really, and she would also just like encourage me to buy stuff from myself too, because like I got so used to not buying myself anything, and not like no one buying anything for me. So that was cool. It was really nice. I think that also kind of goes back to the whole love languages conversation and everything. Why it is important to know your love languages. However, love languages. The one issue I have with love languages is that a lot of times one act is a mix of multiple love languages. So that's something to keep in mind. But besides that, I think we're ready to wrap it up. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nope.
All right. So that was another episode of the Bouncing Potatoes. I was Osandha. With me, I had
Ethan.
All right. Well, I wrapped up.
Dance out.
Let's see. I have a good quote for this. We suffer more in imagination than we do in reality. Have a good one, guys.
Good one.
Peace out, homies.